Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Comatose Streams. Comatose Streams coming at you live today. It is February 4th. Welcome. The 4th of February. February. It is our first stream of February, is that right? Oh shit, I gotta sneeze. No, I don't. Never mind. Is it our first stream of February? Yes. Welcome to our first stream of February. We are back. We're gonna be working on voice inside my head some more. Last time we recorded some accordion takes, and I think they came out quite nicely. I haven't really worked on this at all since the last stream, so we're gonna be editing those today, and hopefully we get it all done. Hopefully we're all done with the accordion today, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So place your bets right now. Can we finish the accordion today, or at least this kind of first draft of it? I'm sure we'll be back to make some edits, or maybe even record a little bit more of it in the future. But right now, just focusing on getting this first draft done, and then we'll move on to the next thing, which is either going to be bass or vocals. I have been preparing my voice. I am ready to bust this thing out. I am ready. It's going to be a really fun one to record the vocals on, because it's very sad, very passionate. There's a lot of like kind of dynamics with how loud I'll be singing. There's like bits of falsetto and bits of like loud, boisterous vocals. So that'll be very interesting. But today we're going to be focusing on the accordion. Let's see what we've got here. I've got something kind of edited, I suppose. I guess I did. I forgot that I made these edits, but I did already edit something. But I think there's more to do there. I think I also want to like move the notes around. And I haven't done any of that yet. But yeah, let's have a listen to this, see how it's sounding right now in its current state. Let's also lower the size of the drums there. I'll open my mixer so we can see how loud everything is. Yeah, that's good. We'll see the fader section of everything. Alright, let's also make sure that this is playing. It looks like it is. You guys should be able to hear that. Looks like it was coming through. Alright, cool. Let's have a listen before we get too into it here. Yeah. Voice inside my head. there we have it. Voice inside my head. Well, that's sounding pretty dang good. I'm pretty excited about this. But let's dive in. There might be some more parts to edit here, but honestly, I think that's all sounding pretty good. I do want to, of course, kind of try to gain stage this stuff a little bit more. I think we got this part kind of in a good spot. That first note needs to come down like way more. And then all of this kind of like from here on can probably be a bit quieter. But yeah, it's sounding good. I'm very excited. I might want to edit a bit more around the end here. Let's see, let's have a listen. I'll turn the music down a bit so you can hear me. Let's just solo the accordion. Maybe accordion and drums. Okay, cool. I think this part you might want to change it up a bit. Up a little bit. Let me actually go back from... I like the first part. Maybe back from here. Yeah, like that right there, we could probably change. I kind of like these notes, though. It's really just this that I would like to change. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Oh, it's such a crazy instrument, man. I love the accordion so much. It's so good. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. What about this here? This part? I think that could be a little bit better. Let's maybe try this one down here. Okay, I think that's probably good. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and gain stage some stuff a little bit more. Do a little bit more gain staging. And by that I mean balancing out these levels of this sound wave. So you can see here, these are all pretty balanced right in this section between bars, like 40 and 57, 58, around there. It's all pretty balanced. It all is kind of like the same amplitude, right? They're like the same size. But then over here, it starts getting a little louder. This very first part is way too loud. So all of that just needs to be balanced out a little bit, and that's called gain staging, which is something I learned about somewhat recently. And it's very cool. It's very, very cool. So I've got nothing else in this comp row, so I can just edit the level of this. Let's hear how that sounds with everything. Yeah, it's still like pretty loud. I might want to make it like a little bit louder, because you still want your loud notes to be like coming out. You just don't want them to be coming out like so far above everything. Let's try that out. Yeah, that's like probably where I want it to be. Alright, I do have to suddenly use the restroom really quick, so I need to make a be right back screen, but let me just do this for now. New document. Be right back. And we'll make that like bigger. Be right back. Let me make it even bigger. Yeah, perfect. All right, I will be right back. Must use the restroom real quick. Give me like 5 minutes. Be right back. Hello, I am back. Hello, Mom. You're on YouTube. You didn't see me on Twitch? Uh-oh. Does that mean I'm not live on Twitch? I actually forgot to check these things when I started. Uh-oh, looks like I'm not live on Twitch. Let me restart that. No, looks like I'm not live. Let's try again. There we go. Aw, dang it, I should have checked that at the beginning. Well, hello, Twitch. I have been online or live for almost 30 minutes now. But you didn't miss much. Let's delete that thing. I just got back from the good old restroom. Oh. Alright. Yeah, we were just kind of editing the accordion some more. So same thing, same place where we ended off last time, just editing the accordion. Haven't done too much yet. I did bring in some other takes for this outro. I think I brought this part in, and then I just lowered the volume of this very first part as a part of the gain staging process. So that's all you missed. So we also listened to the song once, but we'll listen to it again here at all the way through at the end. And welcome back to Twitch, Mom. Welcome in. Yay. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing quite good. Work has been... we're still working. We're still going for now. It's been quite chill. I've been enjoying it, taking care of myself. I've had a lot of time for self-care. It's been nice. Did like a bunch of cleaning and organizing. I built some furniture over the weekend. Finally got around to doing that. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Built some furniture and got some things organized. Yeah, it was a nice, productive, and relaxing weekend. And yeah, I've been playing some video games. I am playing through Red Dead Redemption 2. Paisley Trees played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2, and it inspired me. It greatly got me in the mood to play some of that game. It's a very good game. So yeah, I've been playing that on my own time a little bit, and it's nice. Yes, Paisley Trees is very great. We love her. We love her very much. I think she's streaming right now, actually. I think she's streaming some Civilization 7 right now. I'll be streaming that on Saturday. But alright, let's continue with gain staging. This part right here is the next target. So let's set our cursor right there. And what we're going to do... yeah, I think just this part is really the only part. So we're going to split this, like, right here, right here, and then I think the rest, like maybe this part could be brought down just a little bit. This is all fairly good. It can probably be in its own section. This part as well, and then this part is all kind of loud, so we'll put that in its own section, and then there we go. Okay. And then we'll duplicate these comp rows, or this comp row, and this one. Well, this one first, I suppose. Does that really need to be brought down at all, or is that fine? The stuff before right here. I think that's fine. So yeah, we'll leave that one selected there, and then this one is what we want to edit. And we'll bring that down a good chunk until it's kind of balanced with everything else. That looks good. Alright, cool. And then we'll duplicate this again. Go right there. And then bring that down just a little bit, not as much as the other stuff. I can also close the mixer now. Let's do that. Okay. Duplicate this, and then bring this down a little bit. Again, not as much as the other stuff, even the last one. I can probably move this split over a little bit like that, so it's a bit cleaner. And then we'll duplicate this. Bring this down a little bit, and then we'll duplicate this and bring this down quite a bit. This one goes down a lot. Yes, okay. And then another one right here. All right, let's look at that and see how balanced everything is. That's looking a lot better. That's looking way better. All right. Now, this part is probably fine where it is. This could be brought down a little bit. And maybe we move that over to here. This could be brought down. That could be brought down. That. And maybe like to here. And this stuff might be fine. Maybe just that little bit there. Brought down a little bit. Okay. So here, duplicate. Bring this down. Very good. Here, duplicate. Bring that down a lot. And we're going to have to go back through this too and make sure that the transitions between all of these are very nice and smooth, and add crossfades between everything. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And I think this one we just bring down a little bit. Yeah, just a tiny bit. So this is probably good. Where are we now? We're up to here. Okay, yeah, that's looking nice. Let's go and add crossfades to everything. Where did I start here? I think right here. So add, doesn't need to be much, probably just one little measure on each of these, or however much that is. 16th note, just one little 16th note. One little 16th note of crossfade. Of crossfading action. Does it already have one? No, it's just not updating on me. There you go. Come on, UI, update. Okay, that's probably good. Let's have a listen. I'll actually solo the accordion so we can really hear it. Okay. Now there's all of this. And this is kind of the outro, right? Yeah, that's starting at the outro. So all of this, I think, could mostly be treated the same, honestly. This one might need a little bit extra. So, like, some of these might need a little bit of extra lowering in volume, but only a few of them. And then the end, probably don't want the end to be that loud. The end is cool, but you probably don't want that to be just coming out over everything else. Okay. So, I think that's just gonna be this one. Maybe the second one could be lowered down just a little bit too. I think this one could be. Probably this little section. Maybe a little bit less. Probably the whole thing, actually. If we're kind of following the pattern of the rest of these, then probably the whole thing. Probably this little guy, probably this little guy, and maybe this little guy. And that's probably good after that. Oh wait, and then the very end, of course. We want the very end to be quite a bit quieter. We can probably have the part leading up to it be quieter as well. But honestly, I might want to split that like that or something. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. But let's start with here. So we duplicate this twice. And we select this and this. And we lower this to kind of be matching with the other ones. It can be like a little tiny bit louder, because I did play it louder for a reason, right? Like, you still want emphasis on that note, but you don't want it to be too crazy. Now, some of the stuff we gotta be careful. This I want to leave alone, but this I want to lower. So we duplicate this and then select that and then lower it. And I'm going to be adding crossfade as I go this time. Let's do it as we go so we don't get lost and confused. As we go, we will add the crossfade. We shall add the crossfade as we go. I'm so sorry if that was, like, offensive to anyone who has that kind of accent. The thing is, no one probably has that accent because I probably didn't do it correctly at all. That was kind of just like my own, my own, like, made up thing. Does this need to be lowered compared to everything else? Let's see. Let me make this, like, a lot bigger. Honestly, this whole part probably could be, like, just everything at the end. So maybe I'll split this up. We'll see. I could also just automate, like, the level of it. That would probably be the way to go here. Just automate the level of some of these parts. So this one's probably fine to leave alone. I will modify this one, though. Okay. That's probably fine. Maybe this one. Let's duplicate that. Bring that down. And this one for sure. Bring that down quite a bit there. crossfade, crossfade. And that one's probably fine. Let's edit this one though. Boom. Crossfade, crossfade. Okay, now for the very last little bit. I don't think I need this. Well, I don't think I need this first one. But I'll go ahead and modify the other two. So let's duplicate that and duplicate that. Boom and boom. Bring this one down just a tiny bit. Just a little baby bit. And bring this one down quite a lot. Still want it to be loud, though. But probably like that loud is probably good. Alright. That looks quite a lot better. We can also lower this whole thing by doing like that. And probably make it match this over here a little bit more. And we can also edit the level of it in the fader right here. These guys. And that's probably what we'll be automating if we need to at all for these little different regions. But that's probably good. We'll probably bring it up just a little bit. I'll close the mixer again. And make these really nice and big. Let's see. I do kind of want the second verse to be a little louder than the first, but let's have a listen now, starting from the end of the, I guess, first verse chorus pair here. And we'll make sure everything is playing. Guitar's still a little bit behind everything, but okay, very cool, very cool. So there are definitely parts where it's kind of falling behind everything. It's still kind of like covering the guitar at the beginning, but it's a lot more consistent throughout the entire verse there, which is the biggest goal. And then the balancing of everything will be handled more in like the mixing stage of production, right? Right now we're still in the creation and recording stage of production. We can, of course, modify it a little bit right now, but a lot of our work that we do with mixing right now is going to be overridden, I think, when we actually go and mix this. When we get to that stage. So yeah, that's pretty sweet for now. I'm pretty excited about that. What I might do though is just kind of raise it up for now, and that's like the bare minimum. And the only thing is the guitar kind of getting lost at the beginning of the second verse there. That's the only thing that's going to bother me, I think. Let me have another listen to that. Well, you know what? The guitar could use a bit of gain staging on its own. That would probably solve that. Because look at these levels compared to the rest. It's quite a bit quieter. So yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. There's also one thing with the drums that I'm noticing. But yeah, we'll get to that. And then I do want to move the notes around still for this whole section. But let's do a little bit of gain staging on the guitar. Now, I believe the clean and dirty guitars are exact duplicates of each other. So any modifications we make to one, we can kind of just make to the other. So especially the beginning of the second verse here, I want to go in here, and we do have this bounced version of the track. So we're actually going to deselect that and delete all these little in-between guys. I know it looks dangerous and scary, but all of my edits have already been applied to this bounced version of the track. It's like if you work with rendering or lighting or anything, it's like baking the lighting into your scene. That's what bouncing a track is. Or bouncing multiple tracks into one track. It's like baking everything together. Or like flattening multiple layers in Photoshop. It's like that. Kind of the same concepts there. But yeah. We want to just select this one thing now. This is the bounced track at the top here. And then we can make a little cut here and a little cut here. And then we'll do the same thing that we just did for the accordion and duplicate that and select this part. And raise that up instead of down. Now, alternatively, we could lower everything else down, which actually I think is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to lower everything else down. And maybe make a little selection from the very beginning to like right about here where things start to pick up in volume. And then we'll go ahead and crossfade these. Don't forget about the crossfading, just to make sure everything is nice and smoothly transitioning from one comp to another. And then we'll lower the volume of this guy way down so that it's more even with these guys. We can probably like leave it a little bit louder, just a little bit, because those are like more intense parts of the song. And now, compared to our clean version, this is looking a little bit more balanced, especially in the beginnings of these verses. I might want to lower these down just a little bit more. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking real good. Okay, cool. So I'll turn snap on and delete the clean track here and just copy the dirty track right into the clean, because they are the same. They just have different effects applied to them, but they're the same, working with the same sound wave here. Okay, cool. That sounds good. Now our guitar overall is going to be quieter, but we'll be able to work with the mixes a little bit more, and we'll actually be able to lower our accordions down quite a bit. I don't remember what this test piano is. What is this test piano track? Let's make these guys smaller again. What is this test piano? Oh, right. I think that was for the accordion. I think I can just delete that now. I think I was using that to help me figure out what chords I wanted to play for the accordion. Yeah, I'm just going to delete that. Cool. And then the vocal piano is also quite loud. So we can just like lower all this stuff down now, which is going to be nice. And then I'll lower like the drums a little bit. Probably not too much. All right, let's see how that's sounding. And overall, it's going to be a little bit quieter, but more balanced and more editable. I do still want that vocal piano to be like louder compared to everything else, because it is the vocal lead, technically. Yeah, this is nice. Oh, that guitar is coming out so much better there now. That's perfect. Nice. And by the way, when I say something is perfect, obviously nothing is perfect. Obviously nothing is actually perfect, but it's at a place where I want it to be is what I mean when I say that. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I titled the last stream, Practice Makes Perfect is a Fallacy. And I did that because, not because practice isn't good, but because there's no such thing as perfection. So when you say practice makes perfect, well, that's false because you can never make perfect. Not even practice makes perfect, but practice does make you better, that's for sure. But yeah, I thought it was like a funny title. I probably should have explained that last stream when I actually had the title of the stream. That is not the title of this stream, but oh well. I don't think I did explain it last stream. But there's also like a lot that happened last stream that I don't remember. Like I did not remember that I actually edited the accordion already. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go in and like normalize everything and like edit the recordings that I did. But no, I already did that. So that was cool. That was a nice pleasant surprise at the start of this stream, was I already had normalized everything. I already went through that process. Cool. Okay, there's one drum fill I want to figure out now. Where is that drum fill? I think it's around here. Oh yeah, it's literally that. Okay, I think I've got this wrong somewhere. Yeah, totally wrong, like right here. That needs to be before. Yeah, that's okay. And this, for some reason, just feels wrong. That's probably fine. Maybe not that high a velocity, but maybe like around there. Yeah, that's probably good for now. I'll be able to bring this stuff up just a little bit. Okay, I think that's sounding good. Now we'll go through and edit where the notes actually are in all of these takes. So this is going to involve bouncing everything, which there's a lot of different comps to bounce after all of those duplications. So once we switch over to slice edit here, that bounced everything. So if we go back to comp edit, you'll see it's all in this one bounced track now. Everything is up here. So we can actually remove every single one of these slices that we had made before. Because everything is just, all the edits are in this one track. Which is pretty cool. And if you know you're happy with everything, then that's what you want to do. And yeah, you actually want to avoid slicing before you get your comps done, I think. I think that's the correct workflow. I'm still, like, learning myself, but I think the correct workflow is you want to, like, split your takes up into these different comps, right? And have, like, these different parts selected from each take. And you want to, like, crossfade them and make sure, like, everything's transitioning nicely between comps, and then once you're happy with all of that, that's when you go into slice, because it's going to bounce everything. However, if you do want to make more comp edits after you bounce everything, it's not the end of the world, right? Because you still have all these comps. You will just not be able to really edit these. Well, what is nice though is I can just deselect that, right, and we're back. We've got everything still here. But if you want to preserve the bounce track, which normally I do, if you want to preserve the bounce track, then you would want to basically delete all of these. And that's the thing. If you know which ones are which, then you could be selective and keep certain ones. But I usually tend to just like delete all of these, and then any additional edits I make, just make new slices there. But I don't know. I don't know what the right way to do things is. I think the right way to do things is the way you want to do things. The way that comes most natural for you, you know? Okay. Alright. Well, we've got our bounce track, so let's go to the slice edit and move these notes around. We have to figure out which ones we want to move around. Quite happy with the placement of that note. And I think a lot of the stuff at the beginning here is pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. That one might be able to be moved around a little bit. Just a little tiny wee little bit. I want to make sure snap is off because I don't want anything to be snapping to quantized notes. Maybe make this a little bit earlier too. Yeah, this needs to be way earlier. That's pretty good. Maybe move this back a little bit and this back a little tiny bit. Little tiny baby bit. And move these guys back, this guy back, just a little bit. Oh, maybe not actually. It might have been good where it was. These guys might not need to move either, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wait. There's something that feels wrong about it, though. Maybe it needs to go forward a little bit, actually. I think that was it. Do I want this to be earlier? I quite like that. Now this could probably make earlier. And this stuff as well. And this stuff. Maybe move this guy back a little bit too. And that definitely needs to be aligned a bit better. And same with this guy. this could be improved more. Maybe this guy here. Move that back a little bit. A little baby wee bit. Oh, this part goes so friggin' fast. For the tempo. I do think this part's mostly fine now. Maybe this one little note here. I don't know. Maybe earlier, actually. Let's get the drums in here. Oh, the cymbals are off. That's what's going on. It's the drums. It's not the accordion. It's the drums. Why are the cymbals off? Let's actually mute the accordion now. Focus on the drums here. Is there something going on with the rough track then? No. That sounds fine. Okay, that might be the best we're getting. There's looks like a weird, there's like a weird little sound effect that's happening there when you combine those two cymbals. Maybe deleting one of these cymbals would help. That's weird. Probably being a bit of a perfectionist here, but let me try one more thing with the accordion. Okay, weird. That's probably fine though. Oh, maybe the guitar's off too. That could be it. The guitar is a little off, but it doesn't sound too weird. I might just move the guitar over a little bit. That might help a lot, actually. Let us move the guitar over to here. And then do the same thing for the clean version. Oh wait, that's the dirty version. Come on. Clean. There we go. Move it to here. That sounds better, I think. Okay. Yeah, that sounds way better. Now we don't have like two different chords that are conflicting with each other, like slightly overlapping. Alright, very good. I think that's it for the slice edit. Well, I don't have my mic set up to be recording vocals, so maybe I'll start up on the bass guitar. I think we did finish the accordion, actually, in this stream. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So yay, that's good. I do kind of want to wait to do the bass until I have the vocals, but I might as well just get a start on it, right? And then I can just mute the bass while I record the vocals and then like kind of go back over it. That might be the way to go. Could also edit the drums a bit more. Ha 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 ha. Could do that because I think there is some more room for improvement with the drums, for sure. I wonder if we should just listen with the rough track muted and just see how these normal software drums sound. I'm very curious. Ooh, that was one thing I actually wanted to do is, well, so far so good with the drums, but I did want to add a little like a little triplet on the ride cymbal. Like instead of this single note, have like a little triplet here. Have like a little triplet. Something like that. That actually sounds pretty good. Let me move it down that way a little bit. And maybe make them like a little bit closer together. I kind of like the variance that was happening before, though. Yeah. It actually sounds pretty nice. It's pretty good. There's definitely some room for improvement there. And the rough drums like add for a lot of weirdness that this track has. Happy with how this template, or not template, happy with how this tempo change has been going. My my work-related Freudian slips happening there. Talking about the template. When meaning to refer to the tempo. Yeah, I like that tempo change quite a lot. I like I think what I like about it is for this like kind of first part, for like between measures 22, 23, and 24 a little bit, it sounds like it should be going faster. And then it slowly does, and it's very satisfying, where a lot of tempo changes don't work because you were kind of used to the original tempo, and when it slows down, it doesn't speed back up, you know, and it just like stays slowed down, and like it changes too heavily from the original beat that you were like nodding your head to before. But with this, it like doesn't change, and it feels like it should change, and then it starts to change, and I feel like that is a much more satisfying approach to a tempo change. So hopefully that works out. Hopefully people dig that. Okay, yeah, like that does not sound good compared to the rough drum track. It sounds a lot better and more natural. So let me try to edit this fill a little bit. That actually sounds quite a bit better already. Oh, that sounds way better. Okay, let me maybe move this back. Yeah, that's probably gonna sound way better. Oh, whoops, I need to unmute that. Yeah, okay, cool. Now if I mute it again, just have the drums playing solo, it'll sound a little bit more natural. Yeah. Now the fill is still a little bit weird, and could probably move it around in the rough track as well. Maybe let's get it sounding right in the normal track. That does sound pretty good. And then in the rough track, might be able to move that a little bit. In the slice edit, where is it? It's here. Might be able to move those and line them up kind of like that, honestly. Literally lining these markers up with these notes up here. That looks pretty good. Actually, I do want to solo these. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe move this over that way a little bit. That might be it right there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the software drums. Oh, that doesn't sound that good. Yeah, these could move for sure. Yeah, that sounds way better already. Yeah, there we go. That could move. Oh yeah, big time. There we go. There we go. Is that right? I feel like those snare hits happen too quickly. Let's solo these again. I guess it's just this is off, which is probably contributing. Ooh, no. Now these are off. I feel like all of this is off a little bit. Yeah, definitely. And then this is way off too. Maybe not that off. Maybe not that off. Oh, it's so close. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go back. You can find out so much this way by just isolating the software drums, muting the rough drums, and seeing how it just the software drums sound. Okay, I think this cymbal hit could use a little bit of work. Oh yeah. Needs to be way earlier. Yeah, there we go. And then there's like these little quadruple hits. And this one has ride cymbal hits going along with the snare hits, and when the other one, there's another one over here, there's another quadruple snare hit here, and when I heard that, I was like, that really needs like a cymbal going along with it. And then I also have this idea of what if I add a little bell, a little ride bell in there. Where is that? Where's the ride bell? Oh, there it is. It's right there. And get a little ride bell. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, if you can even hear it. Maybe if I turn the velocity up a little bit. And then these little ride bells. I feel like that would be nice. Let's have a listen. Really hard to hear that. There we go. You can hear it now. Just turn the velocity all the way up and you're good. That sounds nice. why do I not play any ride cymbals there or anything? That's weird. I'm gonna add those. I'm glad I went over this, especially before doing anything with the bass. Okay, yeah, let's listen to that. Cool. Okay, cool. Pirate vibes? It's giving everyone pirate vibes. Cool. I am happy with that for now. Of course, we might keep tweaking them later on, but very glad we did those little tweaks, especially before adding the bass here. So speaking of that, let's start to add the bass. I don't know if I'll actually lay any notes down, but we can at least like choose our instrument and like get some nice effects going on it, make it kind of sound the way we want. So let's add our new device here for the bass. That's not what we want. We don't want that. We want... Where is this thing? I always forget where these things are. Is it Reason? No, it's not Reason Sounds. It's this Reason Sounds. There we go. And it's Reason Electric Bass. Style basses. Let's mess around with some style basses. I don't remember what these sound like. Get our piano keys online. What is this? Precision flats. It's a finger bass. I could see myself doing a finger bass for this song. Actually sounds pretty sweet. Ooh. Man, I love bass chords. I love bass chords so much. I'm actually going to record that over here on the side, not as a part of this song, but just something over here. Without any tempo clicking or anything, just so I have it, around, because it sounds pretty nice. And then it went like, no, like that. There we go. Yeah, you'll never know, like, when you'll end up actually using something. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay. I quite like that. Alright. But for this song, let's see. Let's have a little play here and experiment. I love the sound of this bass. I love that it's the first one, too. Okay, we've got some ideas. There's some ideas there. I do think the verse should be like just something like that. Maybe a little higher octave. Maybe something like that. Maybe something like that. I kind of like the lower for the verse though. Like kind of like that for like the verse. Not that fast, obviously, but boom, 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 ba da 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 da. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. And then I kind of liked like the slower for the pre-chorus, and then like a little faster, more upbeat for the main chorus. Maybe like throwing in some bass arpeggios, like this guy. Let me do it on a higher octave though. Maybe like that. Maybe like chords, like. Something like that. Oops. What did I just do? I don't know what I did. But it's undid now. It's undid. Whatever I did, I undid it. Ooh. I'm coming up with like random ass cool bass grooves that would not go with this song, but like could go with a different song. Fun. Fun. I love experimenting with the bass guitar. But let's name this thing. And then we could start off just putting down some simple notes. Very, very simple. Nothing that will distract from the thank you. Nothing that will distract from the vocals. But just some very, very simple stuff. Let me just like put that down there. I also want to change the I want to change the order of these slightly. And change the color. I might need to change the guitar color because I do want my bass to be like below the drums. Let me change the guitar color. And do like, maybe not like neon green, but like that olive shift some colors down a little bit here. That one can be like a lime green, sure. That it's like an olive there, and then the accordion can probably stay as the dark green, actually. We'll just have a little bit more green. We'll just have a little bit more green going. There we go. Okay, cool. Also, where do we want the bass to start? Could start like right with the guitar. Probably with the drums. You probably wanted to start with the drums because they do that little like kind of introduction. The bass would be good to add along with them there. Like right here, right? No, not quite yet. Oh yeah, they get introduced pretty late on. Maybe I do want the bass to come before. Like here. I kind of like it. Like the idea of them being added at that nice chord change. Yeah, maybe something like that, like a high G note. Not like that though. Not like that. And then down to D, and then down to A. Like this, perhaps? Okay, and then what if these were lower octave? That does not sound nearly as good. I wonder if that should be E. That's probably right. I'll leave that there, see if I like that, but that might not end up being that way. But that's nice. That feels like exactly what it should be. Like I feel like I can't not have the bass be this for this song. And then we'll need to like move it to line up with the drums. I love the song. I love the song very much. But okay. I don't want to get too into the bass. I think next time I will record vocals. And we'll just kind of mute the bass and leave it where it is. I'm glad we found a bass that sounds good. Oh, you know what we could do is also mess with some effects real quick. That's what we'll do before we end the stream here. Let's mess with some effects. Give it like some reverb. I'll move this back in a little bit. If you know anything about me, you know I love reverb. Let's give it some reverb. I really think that's all it needs. That's nice. Okay, cool. Well, I will mute the bass, and then what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the full song uninterrupted, and then that will be the end of the stream. Cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do. I don't think so. Next time we'll really just focus on the vocals. And then come back to the bass later. But yeah, here's the whole song uninterrupted. Voice inside my head to end the stream. Here it is. Yay! It is coming together. Obviously, still some parts that need some work, but oh my goodness, that accordion is sounding beautiful. I'm in love with it. I think that the drums are the main thing that could be cleaned up a little bit more, but we will get there slowly but surely. Thank you so much. I'm very excited about that. It is coming along. That's probably my favorite part of working on these things, especially the production part, is just how everything comes together. It's so much fun. Um, just watching it unfold, you know? Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and if you did not join, well, thank you for existing. Your existence is much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Have a very good one, and I will be back to stream some Civilization 7 on Saturday, and I'll be back next week where we will record some vocals for this bad boy. We'll move on from the accordion and record some vocals. So that vocal piano will be replaced with actual vocals here soon. Cool. Well, thank you so much, and have a very good one, and see you next time. Goodbye, goodbye, good night, Mom. Goodbye, everyone.